Mhm.
All right, so we're going to change 2 water filters. And the first thing you have to do is look over here. And this is the whole house water shutoff valve, which you should know anyway. So I'm going to shut that off first. And then I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to turn some of the faucets on so the water pressure is relieved a little bit. But before I do that, I'm also going to turn off this one. This is the drinking water filter, and I want to turn this one off so that the water doesn't all run backwards down here when I open up the filter. So I'm going to do that, and then the video is going to cut, and I'm going to go upstairs and turn them off.
Okay.
Here's where I keep the 3 kinds of filters. This one is for the fridge upstairs. I'm not going to show you that. I think that one's straightforward. But this is the first one I'm going to change. And then this is the next one. You can cut. Okay, so this is the filter that's going to go in here. And I buy them on Amazon. It's called Clean Water with a K is the company that sells it. But you can just look at the box to see what I've ordered, or else just ask me when you need new ones. And every 3 filters comes with a new O-ring. So I think I'm going to change the O-ring today too. So I have these things ready. I have this bucket here because water is going to come down. Oh, and I do apologize, Ryan and Marlette, if I'm like overly explaining everything. I'm just assuming that you've never done this before, but I'm sorry if this is like a totally easy job and you don't need all this. Anyway, okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just twist this off, and I think it just comes off by hand. Let me try it. Yeah, it's going to come off pretty easily. You can cut your own. Okay. All right, so now I have this part off. I just have to unscrew this one. And so I'm going to change the O-ring. I also have a little bit of Vaseline. I will leave this Vaseline on the shelf right over here beside the Wi-Fi router, so you can find it the next time you have to change the filter. So yeah, I put a little Vaseline around the O-ring. I'm going to spare you all the details, but what I'm going to do first that I will show you is put this in. And you turn it, and it's going kind of loose and wobbly at the beginning, but they told me as soon as you meet any resistance and it's like really not wobbly anymore, you should stop there, because if you do it too tight, it ruins the threads and it doesn't get as good a filter or something. I'm not exactly sure why. Anyway, that's good enough. Okay, you can stop now. Okay, I forgot. The inside is a little bit yucky, so I'm gonna go and clean that. I won't bother showing you that video. Okay, go ahead. All right, I have the new O-ring. You just take this one off. It's kind of, I don't know if you can see that waxy gummy part. That is what the Vaseline looks like after it's been in there for 6 months. So I clean off all the old Vaseline, whatever. And then I get a little bit of new Vaseline, and I run it all along the O-ring, kind of put it on generously. Makes your hands kind of messy. That's why it's good to have an extra rag or two around. And then put it back on. Okay, looks like that. And you can cut. All right, and then I just put it back on, and I twist it just by hand. You're not going to use the strap wrench for this one. Just twist it by hand till it's tight. Tight enough. Yeah. When you turn the water on, it's tight enough if you can see that it's not visibly leaking. Okay, cut. The first to change this whole house water filter, this is what all of the water in the house passes through first after it comes from the city supply. The first thing you have to do is push this button to bleed out some of the pressure, and if you do that a couple times, I think it's supposed to make it less, it relieves the pressure in here so that you can turn it easier. Okay, cut. This is the strap wrench that you need. This is always the hardest part, so we're gonna see how it works. This blue painter's tape gives it a little bit of friction to help it. And also I have just some sandpaper that I put between the cylinder and the wrench. And so I'm gonna try and on video now make this work. You have to make sure that the strap is the right way. If it's backwards, it doesn't get enough grip. And yeah, okay. Now let me turn it so I have as much room to maneuver as I need. Okay, now I'm gonna try and loosen this puppy. Okay, there it goes. So get this out of the way. And let's see, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna put the bucket up here so it falls directly in the bucket. All the water runs directly in the bucket. Oops, wrong way. Okay, the old one's just trash. And then once again, you've got an O-ring that you have to Vaseline up. And so one thing to know about this O-ring, I have tried and tried to find a replacement for it. I never actually took this into a plumbing supply store, but I guess if that's what it would take, maybe at some point in the future I would. But it's held up for like 10 years already, just with fresh Vaseline on it every 6 months when I change it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that just like I did the other filter. I forgot to say, this sometimes is hard to get out, so I keep this little screwdriver on the same shelf as the Vaseline was, just to get out the O-ring. Okay, cut. All right, I cleaned this, have the new filter that I got from up here. I think there's still 2 more in the box for you. So I put it in here, there's a little slot down the bottom. And then I have to line it up here with the top, that black thing, and then screw it in. And once again, this is just gonna be hand tight. You're not gonna use a wrench to put it on because then you'd never get it off. But you know it's tight because you can't really do it much more. And plus, this label is facing towards you. Yeah, that's good and tight. Okay, then all there's left to do is, I turned this back on already. Now I just have to turn the whole house water on. And I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna have you watch the video here how it looks when the water rushes in. And now, of course, the faucets are running upstairs, so you got to shut them off quick. But this is how it should look. If there's lots of dripping, you can see down here, we made a mess all over the floor, but that's going to dry up soon. If it doesn't, if there's a leak somewhere, then you got to figure out what went wrong. And that's it. Thank you.